My name is Emily, and I've been married for 5 years and a stay-at-home mom. I have always had a hard time having children. When we got married, my husband and I talked a lot, and we almost called off the marriage once. Jackson still wanted to marry me, so here we are at this point. I have been seeing an obstetrician, but so far no problems have come up. Then one day, T received a text from, and I couldn't believe my eyes.
This isn't something I should do over text, but I need to tell you something important.
What S wrong?
It's hard to tell you.
What is it? If you don't tell me, I'm gonna struggle to finish my work.
The truth is, I was thinking about divorce.
Divorce? Who and who?
You and me, who else?
This is definitely a conversation that shouldn't be over text. But why? Do we have any issues?
Well, I'm not sure if it's a mistake or not, but I can see that you have used for instead of form. It should be form instead.
Is it because I can't have children?
There's that, but also I already made.
Made what?
Baby.
With whom?
Someone you don't know. There was a woman I was talking to.
So you're telling me you cheated on now you have to take responsibility.
Basically, yes. There's more to it though.
Like what?
My mother said she wants a grandchild, and this woman was someone that Ma introduced me to.
Excuse me?
I was in a position where was told. So that's what happened. Of course, 11 pay alimony. And you can still live with me until we find a new place to stay.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I can't keep up with you because they're developing so quickly. Can you give me some time to think things out?
Of course. But please don't say you won't divide. It would be a waste of time and money to go to divorce mediation, wouldn't it?
Does that mean we're definitely getting a divorce?
I guess so.
Can you give me a couple of days first?
Sure.
And are you coming home?
I don't think I will. I feel bad for the other woman, so back to her place for now until we're settled.
I see. Will I get to meet her?
It's an important time for her, and let her see you. If you need to talk to her, you can go through me.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
The sudden text left me speechless. Yesterday, or even until this morning, I thought we were having a normal conversation as a normal couple. But in fact, it was all lies. I was stunned that we had actually a long time ago. I decided to finish my work and go home to think things over. When I arrived home, I received a call from someone on my cell phone. The sender was my mother-in-law, Mira.
Emily, are you at home now?
Yes, I just got home from work. See? Below for spelling and grammar mistakes.
I'm sorry. I thought you were at work. By the way, I'm sure you heard from. I hope you're getting a divorce soon. And Jackson says he's going to pay you alimony. But you don't think you're going to do you?
What do you mean?
I mean that this whole thing started with you wanting to have children in the first place, right? That means you are the cause of Jack's affair.
How can you say such a thing?
It's the truth, isn't it? Besides, once you're married to someone, it's only natural that you want them to be happy, isn't that it? A child costs a lot of money. He doesn't have money to pay you. You know that, don't you?
What about my happiness?
I don't care. You shouldn't need that much money. You're single. Jackson needs the money to raise his child. It's common sense.
But my husband cheated on me. At the very least, he should pay me.
Money, money. You are so darn rich. Like I said before, you're the cause of the problem. I should be the one demanding you an apology.
That makes no sense. Besides, I've told you from the beginning that I have difficulty having children. And on top of that, Jackson married, right? And then this betrayal.
I don't know anything about that. Anyway, he's not going to pay alimony. That's all I'm saying. Bye.
This outrageous text from my mother followed my husband's text earlier. My life was ruined. I somehow made it to work. The next was feeling terrible. I had no life, and people around me worried about me. However, I couldn't talk about this thing to the people around me. I had no choice but to say I'm a sleep deprived. Then, as if to push me further, another text from Jackson.
So, are you ready for the divorce? You should have had enough time by. I've already made up my mind. It's just a matter of what you will do.
But you just asked me yesterday. I can't grasp everything that quickly.
There's nothing to be confused about. You just need to be stubborn about it. I'm going to start living at home, lover now. I'm relieved to hear that she and my seem to be getting along well. I'm not saying that you didn't get my mom, though. It's just that the infertility thing bit of a problem.
See, you're moving in together.
And, about the other day, the alimony. What? I talked to my mom about it, and she would be wrong for me to pay it.
Your mother texted me and told me that you were in a car accident. She said, of course I would get cheated on because I was infertile.
If you say it like that, I sound like a little guy. That's not what she meant. This is the best thing for the both. I'm also talking to a lawyer about our situation.
A lawyer?
Oh, but don't get me wrong. I'm just asking for legal advice about the alimony. How about offsetting it with the fact that you can't have kids? I think that's a pretty good compromise, don't you think?
What do I think? We talked a lot about my inability children before we got married. We even talked about not getting Meryl, but you said you were okay with that, got married, didn't we?
Did I say that? I remember it was kind of vague and ambiguous. It was like, let's just think about we get married.
What are you talking about?
It's a matter of great importance to you. Can't just decide on a simple that.
But you don't have any proof, do you? Then you don't know the truth, right?
But I'm not sure if it's a good idea to use this method.
I know there is so much information, but please try to come up with a conclusion as soon as possible. You don't want to have to go to the bathroom every hour, do you? If I don't get an answer by the end week, I'll file for divorce on the marital breakdown. We're adults, so please cut me some bye now.
I was speechless at how one-sided the argument was, but Jackson's texts were so convincing, made me feel determined while I was in shambles. I immediately consulted a lawyer. However, with only the testimony of my mother-in-law, there was no evidence. It would be difficult to win a case in this current situation, and although it is impossible to ask for alimony, it will take a long time. It was not recommended that I take action. I was at a loss as to what to do. On my way home, I received a text from my mother-in-law on my cell phone again.
Have you made your resolve yet?
Resolve? What are you talking about?
About your divorce with Jay. Why is it taking you so long? I should be demanding alimony from.
Feel free to do that. Your son is the one who cheated on me.
You don't have proof of that.
I have the testimony of you and Jay.
That's not enough evidence, I'm afraid.
But I'm not sure if it's a good idea to use this method.
I've checked with my lawyer, so it's impossible to prove him guilty with just our testimony.
I'm not even going to ask for alimony.
Oh, really?
I don't want to end up like you guys, be honest. I don't even want to see faces anymore.
Oh, you were trying to act tough, huh? I allowed Jackson to marry you because I insisted. So let's just say we paid you to stay married to him.
I'm done with this. I'll get a divorce and I'll never see you again. Please don't contact me either.
Fine, sounds good to me. Well, Emily, goodbye now.
As much as I didn't agree, I didn't waste any more time. I decided to get a divorce in a snap. Jackson was surprised by my change, but I guess he thought it's best to change his mind before I did. He quickly signed the divorce papers. Marriage came to an end. 3 years later, I remarried to a man with a child. We were enjoying our life together. I got pregnant. I had completely given up on the idea of having a baby. So when my husband and I were surprised by the situation, we were overjoyed. Then, on the way home from my first appointment with a new obstetrician for fertility treatments, I got a call from my doctor's office. I received a text message on my cell phone from someone I didn't expect.
Hey, Emily.
Could it be Mira?
Yes, it's me. Don't wear my name out. I heard that you're pregnant.
Where did you hear that?
So it's true then? I forgive you for everything that, so come back here. I'll adopt the baby if you insist.
Excuse me? What are you saying? Why are you asking me to come back 3 years? I don't understand.
Jackson's second marriage was to an extraordinary woman. She gave birth to a son. When he got his blood type tested out to be type B, Jackson and that woman are both type. There's no way they could have had baby. When I asked her who she had an affair with, she just said she didn't have an affair with anyone. When I told her I didn't want a wife would beg for alms, she and her baby Jackson.
Really?
I was in trouble, and then I heard had a baby. I mean, are you sure the father isn't Jackson?
Of course not. The timeline definitely doesn't lie.
Well, okay. Anyway, I thought that you, who takes care of the house, would be interested in this, would make a much better wife for Jackson. So, when can you come back? I've got a lot of preparation to do. You'll have to decide soon.
There's something I want to say. At any rate, when you're a newborn, to determine your blood type, didn't you know that they often share types later in life?
I don't know anything about that.
Recently, there are more and more hospitals that do not test newborns for blood type. I was told that at the hospital, they could tell me more with a little research. It must have been awful if you were nagging at Jackson's wife like you did to me. Well, it's none of my business, so feel free to do whatever you want.
Don't say that, Emily. Let's meet and talk first. It'll be fun.
Thank you. I thought we were never supposed to each other again.
Well, it's fine. We're family, right?
No, we're not. I'm divorced from Jackson and I'm coming back to you now. Have you forgotten?
I haven't forgotten, but once we were family.
How can you be nice to someone you was your family, Ebet, but then simply kicked out of the house? I don't care about you, so please do contact me again.
Wait, just talk to me.
I won't be seeing you anymore. Goodbye.
After that, several texts came in. I ignored all of them, and this time received an incoming call. I was thinking about consulting her again because she was persistent. Next, I received a text from Jackson.
Sorry about my mother. She was having some thoughts and went on a tangent.
Some thoughts, huh? It was a pretty bad outburst, and I'm getting a lot of phone calls.
What? Really?
I'm thinking of getting a lawyer involved in my case.
I'm sorry. I'll get her to stop right away. My mother has been really troublesome. She would test the blood type on her because it was different. she would make a big fuss about mendicancy. I had my doubts too, but I didn't say anything. My wife got stubborn and took the one doing a DNA test on her own. When I asked her about the test results, she was furious that they proved paternity. "I'm divorcing you," she said. She even demanded alimony. Isn't that terrible?
I see.
Are you tired? You don't seem to be reacting much.
I'm just not interested in what you have to say.
Hey, don't say that. If you start talking like that now, gonna have a hard time from now. Like my mom said, you're gonna see here, right?
When did it come to that?
Because my mother said that you were to come back. You're just being stubborn, aren't you? Well, I guess I'll have to give you a gentle welcome.
That's disgusting. Are you seriously saying that? I remarried and I am very happy with my in-laws also treat me very well at them. I don't want to get involved with your mother ever again. Do you understand?
No, but if you don't come back, I won't own. Emily, are you okay with that?
I'm fine with it.
Even if I demand alimony and you go.
It doesn't matter.
We were married once. You should help me out if you still for me.
Your mother said something similar. You're the ones who broke off that relationship, but I'll never see you again and I'm blocking your number.
Are you kidding me? Emily, please come back.
This is the last time you'll hear from me. Goodbye.
After that, I left everything in the hands of the lawyer I'd asked for as quickly as possible. This is what the lawyer told me. Jackson and his wife ended up going, but after a while, they got divorced. Jackson's financial situation is very much tied up in paying alimony and child support, and the story seems to have gotten company from somewhere. It seems that even within the comparison began to sneak around behind his back. In the same way, rumors about the divorce spread through his relatives, and now his family does not associate themselves with him or Mira. But I don't really care about that. I am busy preparing for my baby, but this was a good stress reliever.